Strap in, kid.
Welcome to the Very Bad Batch Explosionomics After Show, breaking down, discussing, and reviewing each and every episode of the Disney Plus original Star Wars series, Star Wars: The Bad Batch. My name's John Black. Join me, Ashley Hobley.
Hey John, excited to be here this week. I know.
What's your joke? Don't know.
I haven't got one, you know.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fine. You tried. You could have said something about you being.
I think
made
this
a joke
week,
about being,
when we finally had those two guys in Sid's place pay off, we finally got to do something.
That was a payoff.
That was a payoff. 16 episode.
Just make a joke about infesting this podcast or something, and then it would have been like, you know, the episode's called Infested. No, not good. Okay, not up your alley. Fair enough. So episode 13, Infested, directed by Saul Ruiz, written by Amanda Rose Minos. I literally have not got this person's name right this entire show, I'm pretty sure, but I'm sorry. Because I know they've wrote a couple episodes, so I'm so sorry. Synopsis. I forgot to grab it. Saying I can't be bothered, but I'm sure it's crabby. I'm sure it's something like the Bad Batch falls into a trap, or
I think it's the Bad
Batch
decide to help a friend.
Yeah, I bet you it's like they're just shit every week, is what they are.
But I think they're just Disney Plus. They're super desperate to keep everything so vague that they kind of like.
What do you have to keep secret about this episode?
I don't know.
Really? Come on.
It's just their nature.
Nothing. Synopsis. What is it?
I didn't have it.
All right. Oh no. Since we're committed, we're doing it live. Come along for a ride, everyone. We're about to find out the title of the synopsis of this week's episode on Disney Plus, and you're going to sit here and listen to this and then go,
"Wow, that was not worth it.
That wasn't worth it. That wasn't worth it at all." But that's what we're going to do. All right, we're on Disney Plus. We click Star Wars. We click the Bad Batch. We scroll to the right. To save a friend. Oh, hold on, this is a little bit better than usual. To save a friend, the Batch plot a mission to sabotage a gangster's operation.
Pretty rubbish.
That was all right. I mean, in the scheme of their rubbish synopsises, let's compare it to, like, look at this. Episode 5. The Batch strikes a deal to take on a mission. Yeah, good job. Episode 10. The Batch has an ideology challenge. Last week, the Batch is tasked with a dangerous mission. Look, there was no reason to tease last week's episode because it was a two-parter, right? After episode 11, episode 12 should have been Hera struggles to... you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, why are we even teasing it at this stage? And they haven't updated it. They never update these... Anyway, this is a side rant. Episode 13, Infested. What'd you think?
It was fine.
It's fine?
Thanks for listening to this week's episode.
Like, fine... Fine, enjoyable, or fine? I didn't really like it.
Yeah, it was fine, enjoyable. I mean, there wasn't really a lot to this. Obviously, kind of reinforcing their relationship with Sid and kind of how much at least Omega appreciates her, and kind of, you know, maybe Sid isn't on a stronger footing as we think. You know, again, we get Wrecker being scared of heights, which is a running theme. But other than that, there wasn't a lot for the overarching story, I don't think.
Yeah, it was a pretty like, oh, this is an enjoyable, like, I'm not bored, I'm not disliking the 20 minutes, 28 minutes, whatever I'm spending on this episode, but you're also just, by the time at the end, you're like, cool, there's 3 episodes left in the season, and that, well, we had 4, and now there's 3, you know,
yeah.
Like, it doesn't feel like...
So, unless this Roland Durand guy is like super important.
It's important. Well, the one thing I'll bring up is that the one thing that could be important for this episode is it does seemingly tease a gang warfare. But I'm like, is gang warfare something this show's going to, like, what? The Bad Batch are going to get caught amongst it? So, because they bring in the Pikes, right? They're the ones that come in and they're about that new dude. They're like, you know, where's our spice and all this stuff.
Spice.
They're
Spice.
One of the gangs. And but yeah, a lot of these gangs people have seen and heard mentioned in like Solo or animated stuff. But Solo, out of the main movies, I guess Solo mentions like gangs and the that sort of stuff because Han's dealing with them obviously and stuff like that. So you got these, what's his fuck's character walk for? What's his name? The bad guy. What's that actor's name? He plays Vision. Paul Bettany. Right? Paul Bettany was, he's involved with all these gangs and you got the Hutts obviously and whatever else. So they're teasing this warfare between the Pikes and I can't remember who Sid works for or who Sid mostly entangled with. I can't remember, but they're sort of teasing this gang warfare thing, which is a thing. Like we know that's a thing that happens. But I'm like, is that really the weird direction the show's going to sort of take in its last couple of episodes where the Bad Batch gets caught amongst gang warfare? Is that really where we want to be going? It's not really where I want to be going. We got 3 episodes left. And this is the weird direction that they're leaving us on, weird cliffhanger, so I don't know. Where do you... Well, I mean, what do you think? Do you reckon next week's another throwaway one and a 2-part finale, or are we doing like sort of a 3 connected thing?
I think 2-week finale makes sense. I mean, you could
another random.
You could again do more threads that lead it up to, or something that sets up the 2-part finale. But yeah. I mean, who knows?
Because they still haven't announced if there's another season of this or not. Like they still haven't confirmed that. And I mean, it's not surprising because most of these Disney Plus shows are not confirming that until the final episode. But are we reaching the end of this and they're like, the Bad Batch will return in season 2, or Omega will return in Omega. Omega and Mando, Omega, Boba Fett and Omega. Omega will return in the Book of Boba Fett. Oh, imagine.
Who knows?
I would actually like to see that, to be honest. Here's my 3 questions I wrote down for the show notes. Yeah, is this a filler throwaway episode or teasing something more? I'm saying it's going to I'm saying it is teasing this gang warfare thing or whatever we want to call it. What do you reckon? Throwaway episode or actually setting up something?
I think it's potentially building up to something. Obviously, at this point, I don't think anything's by, anything is completely throwaway. I mean, you even just point to Ruby, that lizard. She was introduced in the 6th episode of the show. And only now is the owner of that lizard come back. So
it's true.
Yeah, I feel like this.
So talking about Ruby.
Yes.
Second question: is that a cute dog or an alien?
It's a lizard. So
they can't treat it like it's acts like a dog in this episode.
I mean, yeah, it's like a pet alien, a pet lizard, sentient pet lizard that clearly loves that popcorn stuff.
Yeah, is that well? I should add a 4th question. Is that popcorn or space popcorn?
I can't remember, but it was. They called it something in one of the.
Would Buddy Watson eat that?
Probably. It's popcorn shaped enough. I don't know how he feels about colored popcorn.
I know he's not going to listen. To
or different flavors, like those popcorn shops. Does he go to those popcorn? The ones with like all the different flavors.
I know. That's all I used to eat as a kid. The colored ones. That's all about the colored.
That tastes disgusting.
Really?
The colored stuff? No, yeah.
Really? No, you're mad. That's good stuff. Show bag quality.
That speaks to it
that's
right
on
there.
High praise. Final question: is Omega actually in charge of the Bad Batch?
Kind of, yeah. I think she has overriding.
I feel like in this episode
she can just kind of override whenever she feels like, I think that they're pretty bad parents. They don't know how to say no.
I mean, they're not really parents. So.
Siblings, caretakers.
There's little things in this episode. There's little things in this episode that just make there's huge differences, and I know we've got here slowly, but the fact that Sid's just like, all right, the little one and the one with the glasses, you're with me. And no one's like, oh no, she's, like, I know it's been a while now, but they're still not doing the ultra protective, or especially Hunter's not doing the ultra protective thing. Like it does really feel like Omega is just part of the Bad Batch now, where it's just like, you're with me, you two, like not like she's a tack on. She's literally just part of the Bad Batch, which I suppose is cool, especially when you compare it to the first 5-6 episodes or whatever it is. That was like the only real standout thing for me in this episode is just the small Omega stuff like that, where she feels like she's, or even in the fact where she's like, we gotta look for Sid, and Sid's like, I'm glad someone cares, like, glad someone cares about me. Also, shout out to Sid just not calling anyone by their name.
No. Goggles. Kid.
Small.
Big guy.
Big guy. Yeah. No one has a name.
No.
And they don't even have real names.
No.
Hunter. Wrecker. They already got nicknames. And
They're
Sid's like...
But code names?
No.
Or like numbers?
Yeah. Code names for your nicknames. There you go. Didn't see that coming.
No.
All right. Well, 3 episodes left. Hopefully... a little bit more exciting. I mean, it's kind of annoying because last week they teased that,
Crosshairs.
like, oh, do I have permission to go? Yeah, Crosshairs like, do I have permission to hunt them? Yes, you do. Come to this week's episode. No Crosshair. No Crosshair. No bounty hunters. Ones we've seen before or previous or new ones. Like, I don't know.
Do you reckon we'll see Roland Durand again?
Oh.
Obviously, you got pretty heavily shamed. Lost a horn. I don't think it'll grow back.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna say yeah.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say yeah. He seemed like a character you would see again, not a.
It's the connection here, but Omega was kind of odd.
Yeah, she just felt sorry. I think.
Yeah, definitely.
That's how I took it. Anyway.
So who's building these massive caverns underneath the planet?
Who knows? Who knows?
And then them being abandoned.
Maybe it was maybe it was there already, and then they built on top of it.
I mean, that's potentially true.
Just the natural formation of the planet.
Yeah.
Like we have caves. They have underground caves. Well, I mean, we have underground caves.
It's true.
They just put doors there. We have mine shafts. They were built. All right. That'll do it for this week's episode of The Very Bad Batch. Please subscribe to Holocron Entries for all of our great Star Wars content. You can follow us on Twitter by heading to explosionnetwork.com/Twitter. Join our Discord, explosionnetwork.com/Discord. And if you like this episode and would like to tell us, head on over to explosionnetwork.com/support us to donate as little as $1 or buy an Explosion Network related t-shirt. And until next week, the final countdown, the final 3 episodes as of next week.
Those creatures.
We'll see you then.
Those creatures were blinded by the light, revved up like a deuce, another flyer in the night.